He stopped translating my signals. So iced the only question left. Can I tell you something real? Silence didn't move him. Boundaries did. Mixed signals didn't move him either. Truth was the one thing I hadn't tried because truth risks change. This is episode 4 of the Mirror season, where performance meets honesty and masks come off. The room part number 1 where I said it. We met at a small place with 2 bright lights and a table that wobbled. Again, I chose that on purpose. Honest rooms don't need atmosphere. He looked steady, not smug. Do you still want to tell me something real? I nodded. My mouth was dry. My phone felt heavy even in my bag. I'm scared, I said. Not of you. Of losing control if I stop managing how close we get. He didn't interrupt. He didn't rescue. He listened. The silence stretched, but it wasn't empty. It was space for truth to land. Is truth brave if it doesn't ask for anything? Or does real honesty include a clear ask? I call it standards, I said, but it's control. I cancel to keep leverage. I go quiet to feel powerful. I send signals to make you chase. And hesked. And I actually want this us, which means I have to ask for what I want instead of testing for it. He exhaled once. Okay, what do you want? My chest tightened. Asking is risk. Tests feel safer. But tests never make it safe. Is truth brave if it doesn't ask for anything? Or does real honesty include a clear ask from confession to part number 2 request? Psychology has a word for this pivot. Implementation intention. Turning a value into a behavior. Confession isn't change. Plan is change. I want consistency. I said 2 times a week in person. If I need space, I'll say it within 24 hours. No disappearing. It's swallowed. And I want you to tell me when something I do makes you step back. I don't want to guess. He nodded slowly. My turn, he said. His side of the part number 3 truth. He's not perfect. I like you. He said enough to not do this halfway. I won't decode subtext. I won't compete with your defenses. I'll show up when we plan it, and I'll leave when plans break too often. He glanced down, then back at me. That's not effortless for me. I tend to over-explain when I care. I'm choosing not to because over-explaining can create the wrong dynamic for both of us. I felt seen and accountable. We both had valid needs. Mine for emotional safety, his for clear communication. Where's the line between a boundary and an ultimatum? How do you hear the difference? If you're recognizing these honesty patterns in yourself or someone you're dating, subscribe. This series explores the psychology behind why truth feels scarier than games. Understanding these patterns might be the key to choosing clarity over control. The ask part number 4 inside the ask. Can I ask for one more thing? I said, ask. He said, when I wobble, because I will. Don't respond with distance, name it. And I'll do the same when you wobble. He thought for a beat. Deal. But one condition. If wobble becomes a pattern, we pause. Kindness works best with limits. It landed clean. Not a threat, a boundary. First reps of part number 5, honesty. Rep 1 in text. 10:06 a.m. Today's heavy. I'll be quieter, but I'm not withdrawing. His thanks for naming it. Dinner still 7. Me, yes. 7. Rep 2 in person. I was 10 minutes late. I sighed the real thing. I overbooked to avoid feeling nervous about tonight. Hesme led small. Noted, you're here now. Rep 3 boundary. He ended at 10:30 because of an early run. Old me would have read that as disinterest. New meesked. Is this about me? No, you said it's about 6 a.m. I believed him because he'd said who he is from the start. Honesty isn't intensity, it's specificity. Which feels safer for you? Signals or saying it plain? Why? The morning after, honesty felt like a risk I couldn't take twice. I drafted 3 messages I didn't send. I scrolled the bar story from last week and almost posted another. Then I remembered control had never made me feel safe, just busy. I opened notes. When I say the truth, I give him a real choice. When I send a signal, I steal it. Part number 6, the rupture and the repair. It didn't stay smooth. It never does. We mistimed a Sunday again. My message went late. His reply was shorter than usual. I felt the old spike, the urge to test. There's a word for this too. Rupture and repair. Not avoiding friction, but naming it, owning your part and mending with behavior. I called. I messed up the timing. I'm sorry. I appreciate you saying it, he said. I was annoyed. What would repair look like? I asked. Helpest reschedule it. You picked the time, not me, so I did. I put it on the calendar. Showed up 5 minutes early. Repair isn't poetry. It's punctual. Outro the conversation about fear. One more truth I said that night. I'm afraid of being ordinary once things are steady. He laughed softly. I'm afraid of being needed for regulation once things are steady. We sat with that. 2 honest people, not heroic, just clear. Both offers carrying fears that made sense. both of us choosing to name them instead of acting them out. What's your fear when things get calm? And how do you name it without making it their job? We left that cafe lighter. I walked home with a plan and a quiet I didn't need to control. At 10:41 p.m., my phone buzzed. Name I hadn't seen in months. The ex. Miss your face, you up? The screen lit the room. My stomach did that old-fast thing. I typed nothing. Then I did the honest thing. I screenshotted the message. I opened our chat. This just came in. You want to choose what we're building, but right now I want to run. Dots appeared, stopped, appeared again. If you've ever confused intensity with intimacy, episode 5 is where we choose. Want to see how the signals started? Watch episode 3. She spoke in signals. He believed her actions. Or find out what choice I made in the finale. I finally chose him or my patterns.